Hello, America. Hello, world. It's your boy, Tony Magnum, and this is going to be a little series we're going to call TMT, Tony Magnum Trucking. Now, shout out to my tech guy, Mr. Ken, for that idea. If you see my last video, he was the one who threw that out there, so shout out to him. But I want to be honest, I didn't really want this to become it's not going to become a trucking channel, okay? But let's call this the trucking series until I get back behind my official computer and get back to gaming or doing some legit fitness stuff. So, but we're going to try to kill two birds with one stone. Talk about my trucking experience so far and try to talk about the other things, fitness and masculinity. So let's focus on trucking so far since I've been on my own now for officially 3 weeks. First 3 weeks of trucking. What do I like? I do like the driving aspect, as in this is what I'm supposed to do. Pull this big motherfucker in, load up something, and deliver. So the delivery system about it, that's what I do like, and that's what I want to do. I'm still nervous as fuck when I'm driving, but that's what's keeping me safe and keeping me consistent, not fucking up on the road. What I don't like, I guess, is the idea of me being a flatbedder so far. It takes up too much time, in my opinion, because I'll admit I'm kind of clumsy when it comes to dealing with stuff, and if it's not a load that's just straight up big and blocky, I could throw my straps on there really quick and get it going. If it's something a little bit more complicated than that, especially when I have to whip out the tarps, it's like, is one dude really supposed to do all this? I don't see how that's very safe. And then two, you really, it takes so much time by myself, and it's like, I only got so much time on the road. And then that leads me to another issue, but I think it's in the combining with the whole me securing the load myself thing. The idea of drive time. Now, I don't know. It's Big Daddy government again about how they're trying to freaking regulate your drive time, making sure you're on road X amount of time and stuff like that. I'm over here thinking, look here, as long as I'm not driving fatigue, as in, I know I'm doing this number behind the wheel, let me fucking drive. If that means I have to drive, let's say, I don't know, all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning. But if I take me a power nap and get back on the road and drive in about 6, that's my business. That's my business. I don't need you to regulate that. When it comes, I don't know. I don't know. I know they get paid. I know truckers get paid by either the cents per mile or the percentage of the load. What does that got to do with my actual time of me being on the road and trying to get this shit done? And also with the appointment times, that's a factor too. So these are the headaches I'm coming with. But again, I'm rookie. It's the nature of the beast, yada yada. But I'm going to do my best to mitigate it to where I'm comfortable to taking this as a legit skill and profession. And like I said before, I worked very hard to even have that option to have options. It's a very, when you're extremely grunt with a lot of things, talking to the men now, when you're extremely grunt and inexperienced with a lot of things, you don't have a lot of options. Me, I worked very hard to have the ability to make even some slight tweaks in going into new routes. So flatbedding, not looking at this very long term. So we'll see what happens when it comes to that. Nothing against the company. I'm not saying anything against the company. Notice I'm not really talking about the company itself. It's the idea of flatbedding. Let me see. Right now, I am currently at my first truck stop. I'm out for the weekend. That means where I guess in trucking they try to route you back to your home front so that way you can have your home time, spending with the wife and kids and yada yada. It's like, got no wife and kids, I'm just out here. So right now I'm just camped at a truck stop, and we'll see what happens when I'm moving on again. So this is my first camp. Last weekend it was a big snow situation, so I got stuck hardcore with no movement, no loads. But oh well, it is what it is, and so this is my first weekend at a truck stop, and the really cool thing about this, I'm actually going to, later on today, I'm going to shower. They got the Pilot Flying J's. They got showers, they got their food, they got laundry. So that's what made the whole trucking aspect a lot better. Like, hold up, I can actually bathe and stuff. I can keep my head shaved and whatnot. So, okay, we'll keep on doing this then. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be done a little later. Um, Let me see what else in the trucking aspect. I guess that's about it there. So that's all I'm going to mention on the trucking aspect. What I like, okay, I'm getting accustomed to the idea of being driving. I think that's where my utility is. Like I said, I'm out on the weekend. My utility when it comes to this profession is the ability to just be out and driving, and that's where I wanted my forte in. What I don't like so far is flatbedding itself. It's like, yeah, I can do it, but the time it eats up, and plus the load checks where you have to apparently DOT, you have to do the load checks every 150 to every 3 hours. So that means you have to get out of the truck and double check to make sure the load is secure. I understand why you have to do it. I'm not, trying to be that much of a cowboy, but it is really annoying when you also have to worry about the time thing. And again, the time thing where just let me fucking drive. I will pull over if I need to take a nap or take a rest or some shit like that. But I don't know, that time mitigation when they tell you how to do these things, when you gotta be concerned about your delivery times too. I guess that's just the battle of the beast so far because Big Daddy Government got his hand in that. Well, that's enough of the trucking aspect. Let's jump into masculinity while I'm here with y'all. Okay, masculinity. The idea of being alone, away from your family. I will admit that it's not a issue with me because I said fuck my family, fuck friends, and I'm like I gotta make money and make a new skill for myself because I got goals. Big time stuff is happening for 2023. Yeah, some of y'all may be recently aware of the recent Andrew Tate thing. And only thing y'all doing when y'all arrested Andrew Tate is just fuel the fire from men. He already sparked a whole bunch of flames with men, and the only thing y'all doing is flaming it now. Men, we're gearing up and just going to make big moves, and we don't give a fuck if the women care about it. If you're a man in the building and you don't give a damn what them bitches talk about, make some noise. Let me clear my throat. Sorry. Did all that. Okay. But again, it's hard because it is a sacrifice. I could be just sitting on my ass at home, just doing whatever. But if you really want to progress yourself and make something of yourself, you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do. And a lot of things of how this world is built is by men doing what they don't want to do. And that we have to embrace part of that masculinity and remember that foundation of who the fuck we are, when not just being men, just being being human beings. We built and tamed this world into a point where it's so comfortable that a lot of women forget their place and think, oh, we can do it too. Yeah, now that you got air conditioning, you can do it too, right? And speaking about women in trucking, I'm not going to shame women at all. I have some females in my classes, but when it comes to the tarp, there were several of them who had a lot of trouble lifting that fucking tarp over their shoulder. Now, those who passed it or didn't pass it, I'm sorry that you didn't pass it, whatever, but you did pass it, cool. But my question is, after that, there's a lot more involved with dealing with that tarp than just throwing it up on your shoulder. I had to make some awkward maneuvers where I just had to He-Man the shit up on the flatbed or just pick it up in awkward positions. It wasn't always a big stationary lift situation. Sometimes you just have to chuck that bitch. I wonder how they're handling that without other men assisting them or a forklift just lifting it up off the ground for them. I don't know. Well, okay. The masculinity factor, it is a sacrifice. A lot of people, I can see why a lot of men drive themselves crazy doing this. Let's talk about another aspect of the trucking. So I'm going to also see about the whole shower thing. I mentioned that. Don't wear flip-flops. Let's shout out to bonehead truckers. Yeah, don't wear flip-flops and don't wear sweatpants and shit like that. It does look nasty and unprofessional. I will admit that. Try to tell that to some of these foreign guys. But I want to go ahead and tell myself I'm wearing sweatpants right now, but I'm going to show you why here in a second. So this is why I'm wearing the sweatpants right now, because I'm about to see my weight vest. This is the other part of the fitness thing. We're transitioning to the fitness aspect. Shout out to one of my supporters, Keith Hare. Check him out on Instagram, and also check out his clothing line, Gorilla Brotherhood Gymwear, on Instagram. He is the person who actually was one of my first personal trainers after I got out of the Marine Corps. So what we're doing right now, we are getting out of the truck and we are walking with this weight vest. It's a 66-pound weight vest. I haven't showed y'all this before on the YouTube channel. So here I am, basically walking around the truck. You see all the trucks in the background there. I am walking the parking lot, and we're going to do this for about 30 minutes. A little chilly, so I got my little warming hat on, a little warmer there. Just got to keep walking and keep moving. When I get back to my truck, I got some other gear I'm going to use. I have the thing called a Max Pro for some cable work, and I also have some dumbbells. Hope y'all can hear me. I also have some dumbbells just so I can do some shoulder raises and stuff like that. If I get some better camera equipment, or maybe some willing participants, no foreigners, to help me do better videos, I might do that. But we're just going to keep it real common man shit, just trying to make it work. So this is something for not only for truckers. I do express this to truckers, so y'all got to take the time to move. I see there's some of y'all just hanging out in your trucks, chilling and whatnot, eating yourself some cheeseburgers, get yourself some soda water. But sometimes you gotta get that time. You gotta make that time to get up and move. Pop out some jumping jacks, maybe do some burpees. Even on this floor here, knock out some push-ups. You wear some gloves or some shit. I got gloves and everything. But right now, we want this 30-minute walk. May do a little bit of a jog, but you gotta be careful around the truck stop because you don't know who may be pulling out. So, again, fitness. Get yourself that 30-minute time frame to get in here. Get a little huffy puffy. Get your huffy puffy on, and like I said before, you got to do more than, if you're a flatbedder, you got to do a little bit more than just be up there, mess with your load. Oh, see, the weight vest already starting to kick my butt. But that's a good thing. That's what you're supposed to do. So that's enough of me running my suck. I appreciate y'all taking the time to see this video. Leave a like, subscribe, ask me some questions. Remember, we're staying in the realm right now of pro masculinity, fitness, and some trucking things. Because I'll admit, I'm a trucking rookie. So if you're a trucker and you got some advice for me, let me know, because I am not ashamed to learn, and I'm not ashamed to admit I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Hey, there's a Swifty Swift. I actually talked to a Swift recruiter. They have to talk a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie. But leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell for more, because this is Tony Magnum Trucking, TMT, and I'm gonna keep trying to bring it to you. Let me get back on this walk. Y'all have a good one, and Happy New Year. Man, we bringing it in 2023.